It dawns on me that I may have to offer an explanation for why I'm doing this. Why dead games? Why make these videos? It's funny because most of the games I like are relatively new, or they're a very old game that's still in production somehow. So is it nostalgia? A lot of people do that. With me, I think it's more like a sense of history. Most people are driven by rule of cool. I kind of like doing my research and finding out facts on things. I also don't mind digging up, old bones and checking through them. I'm talking about what makes a dead game actually a dead game. What's my definition going to be for a dead game? And I can't just cover games absolutely no one cares about, though that will happen. So I have a few rules. My first rules are really hard rules. The other ones, I'll play it by ear as I have to. So my first hard rule for the dead games is the game is no longer in production. The company or a company that bought the right no longer produces the same product. If the IP is bought by another company and they resell that old product, sure, it's an active game. If you can go down to the store and buy a copy, it's not dead. If they make a new product based on the IP, where there's an old version and then there's a new version of the game, that old version of the game is a dead game. It's out of production. This doesn't count fan reboots where there's a fan-based system or like an online system where you can run an old game. My other two rules, second rule is if you don't see wide play. Now, something that doesn't see wide play isn't necessarily dead, but if the community is so small that it's a real quest to go find a game, or if you have to restart the game yourself from your own collection, it's likely dead in a very necromantic sense. You could say if you actually started a new community for an old dead game, that you have an undead game on your hands. So yeah, it can still be played and be dead as long as the numbers are very small. The third rule is that the game can't have like a resurgence. If they try to do a resurgence, but the hype or the motions to restart the game just never take off, that can be a dead game. Newer games too, like if the game is newer, but it kind of dies coming out of the bracket, then yeah, that might count as a dead game too, and I may cover them. A few other things is that I don't have to like these games. I have my favorites, but I either come across them or I own the copy. I have plenty of junk laying around, so we'll just see what happens there. I do have to kind of own some shred of the game. I like showing you guys, hey, here's a physical part of it. If I don't own the game, I have to kind of make do by stealing crap off the internet. But I like to actually own a part of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and keep making videos. We'll see how this turns out.